Happy Information Wednesday, Shalise McQueen here. Per my video, I'm talking all about accidents today and what happens in the event that you fail to report the accident to either law enforcement and or your insurance company. What risks are you really leaving on the table, and is it worth it? Before I jump into the legality of reporting it to law enforcement and your insurance company, obviously the reason for this conversation is minor accidents happen every single day. And because of how expensive our insurance rates for auto in Arizona are already, people are naturally hesitant, scared, and not wanting to report this information to anybody with the concern of course, their rates flying through the roof. Now let's jump into the legal obligation of being an accident and reporting it to law enforcement. So in the state of Arizona, there is no law that indicates that a private citizen, keyword, has to report any accident to any law enforcement, whether there's injuries involved or not. However, in the state of Arizona, there is laws and rules for law enforcement that they're required to report any accident, where either there's A, a citation given, or B, if there's injury or any property damage that appears to be over $1,000. Well, the reality is, with inflation, increased costs and everything, even the minorest, is that even a word? The smallest dent, scratch on a bumper could easily surpass $1,000. So more than likely, whenever there's a law enforcement officer involved at a scene of an accident, they will, of course, do a police report, which is not a bad thing, and this is why. So why do we want a police report? Well, number one, there's an exchange of information that takes place during a police report. You're getting the full details of the other driver, all their personal contact details, their insurance information, etc. Plus, the officer then gets a document based on, the damage they're seeing, the sides of both stories, if there's any injuries involved, etc., which is always going to be nice for insurance companies to report back to in the event that a story changes, injuries all of a sudden show up months later, etc. The police report is your saving grace. Other good thing about having a police report and a police officer involved is people are less likely, I should say, to lie about their insurance status, whether they have it or not. You'd be surprised how many people on the scene of an accident try to deny that they have insurance at all in the event of trying to avoid someone finding out who their insurance company is, which naturally your insurance company will find out anyways. That's a guaranteed, but you'll be surprised. So again, a police officer will avoid all of that nonsense and BS that would otherwise take place in the event of an accident. So now, why is it a good idea to always report any accidents, regardless of severity, to your insurance company? Well, obviously, I'm biased because I'm an insurance agent. And the reason I'm biased is not because I'm an insurance agent, but because I have seen every single scenario play out, which means accidents being reported, not being reported properly, not being reported at all, and how insurance companies happen to respond, not just farmers. So number one, in the state of Arizona, the statute of limitations is 2 years. 2 years is a very long time. And a lot of things can change. Number one, the stories, what actually occurred, did the damage get fixed and somehow got worse, or did not get fixed at all, and now they basically have a totaled vehicle? Did injuries arise? All of these things can happen. And so you have insurance for a reason, and that's provide protection for yourself. And despite how minor the accident is, you want to make sure that you disclose it to your insurance company. Even if you decide not to go through your insurance, it's important just to have a little note in your file saying, FYI, I was involved in an accident with so-and-so. There's no injuries involved, but I'm going to self-pay. I'm not going to file a claim. Just so you have your assets protected. Because like I said, people in general are very sue happy. There's a lot of bad people out there. And I have seen so many things go sideways, despite how minor the accident was. Now, what happens in the event that you do not yield my advice and you go against my word and you do not inform your insurance company? Well, a few things can happen. Number one, they could just flat out deny the claim. They could offer a non-renewal and cancellation of your policy. They can do a lot of things. And the reason we have insurance is to provide protection for ourselves. That's why we pay all this money every single month and year. So we have protection against other people and, of course, for ourselves so we don't go bankrupt in the process. So please do not be discouraged because there is safeguards in your policy. Farmers Insurance offers, accident forgiveness. So that one incident, an accident is not going to completely skyrocket your rates. And obviously you always have an opportunity to shop your rates all around and make sure that you earn back discounts along the way. So just once again, be kind to yourself and file the claim if you need to. End of story. As always, hope you enjoyed today's conversation. If I could ever provide any advice or be of assistance, you know where to find me. You can give me a call at 602-525-5665 or email me at cmcqueen@farmersagent.com. Again, y'all, I have great policies, very favorable pricing, so give me the opportunity to provide you the service and protection that you need. Remember to ask yourself, are you protected? We'll see y'all next week.